Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Well, here we are. It's Sunday night. And you know what that means? It's time for the witching hour. Yay! I am so excited to be here with all of you tonight. You know, every week we get so excited about being here. This week is even especially more exciting because we are now gathering for tonight, and we're going to do our special Imbolc ritual. And I thought I'd let all the crew say hello. We've got Lady Angela here. You want to say hey, Lady Angela?
Hi, everybody. So excited to see you all here and excited for tonight's show and performing this ritual with you.
Yay. And we got Lady Carol. Lady Carol, you want to say hello?
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you're here, and I hope we have a wonderful night.
Yay. Unfortunately, our dear guardian, Lord Tony, is not with us tonight. He's not feeling so well, but we're going to all send healing energy to him. So let's send out some blessings to Lord Tony tonight, because, you know, he does so much healing work for all of us. So we got to help him now in his time of need. I'm just glad you guys are here. And, you know, I love the Sabbats. You know, when I was first starting out in the craft, you know, I really didn't understand the Sabbats. I didn't have a cultural appreciation of them because first few years of doing Wicca, the Sabbats seemed, I'll be honest, seemed foreign to me. Now, I got about the moon rituals. That made sense. But I had not yet fully understood that whole energy interplay of the Lord and the Lady. But after I started to really live Wicca, you know, not just read about it, but do the rituals, be in it, the Lord and the Lady's whole energy interplay came into my life. And now I love the Sabbats. In fact, today I'm wearing a red witch hat. Actually, it looks orange here. The lighting on this camera makes it orange. But it's actually a deep, brilliant red color. And I wear that to celebrate the Sun Lord. And I've got on my Sun Lord pendant. In fact, I'll show it to you. Some of you may not have seen this. But, you know, I'm a big believer in the sun god. And so here's my sun god pendant. Isn't he cool? Lord Surya.
It's awesome.
I like
that.
Great?
I think it's so cool you hung it up on that color of a cord, too. It just really makes it pop.
I think so, too. Well, you know, this is from India. And in India, the followers of Lord Surya use orange as their color. They use orange cords. They wear orange veils and orange robes. So, you know, that's kind of part of Lord Surya. So I had to have an orange cord with it. But, you know, Lady Angela, you've been excited about this Sabbath, too, haven't you?
Oh, very much so. And anybody that wanted to get a copy of the ritual we're going to perform, it is posted on our Facebook page. Type in Order of the Purple Cord, and you could do a little search there for Imbolc, spelled IMBOLC, and it'll pop right up, and you could follow along with us. Or on our Order of the Purple Cord actual group page, it's saved in the files there. So same thing, just do a search, and you could have it there and follow along with us. It's the same ritual we performed last year, so we're excited about re-performing it again this year just to add more energy and power to it. And we're so happy you all are here to join us along with it.
Absolutely. And, you know, Lady Carol, you know, I think this is your first Imbolc. You weren't with us at last year's Imbolc, were you?
Yeah, actually I was. I was on the sidelines, though.
But, I mean, you weren't on the council at that time.
No, I wasn't on the council at that time. But this is my first with the council, but I still felt the energy last year, and it was wonderful.
I'm so glad. Well, we're excited to be here. And, you know, if you're like new to the craft, or maybe you just started learning a little bit about Wicca, you're saying, I don't understand these Sabbats, don't feel bad. I think, honestly, I mean, and I'll see what you guys think, it kind of takes a year or two to really get into the Sabbats, because you have to kind of go through it. And the first year, I think you're just kind of learning what day is what and kind of what it's about. And then by the second year, you actually can start to immerse yourself into it more fully. At least that's how it was with me. So, you know, I'm just curious, how was it when you first started? Were you guys drawn to Sabbats, or were they strange for you?
Well, for me, I kind of went through the same thing. I would always get things confused, to be honest with you. And I was like, okay, when are we supposed to do this? And you know, when are we supposed to do that? And which one is it? You know? And it gradually, started coming into play in my mind where I could grasp it and understand it. So, even though, I've been doing this quite a while now, when I first started out, I was like, all these books are talking about these things, but I couldn't put them together. And then gradually, I started to.
And I was thinking, these Sabbats come out of a traditional culture. They're pretty much, Celtic, Germanic culture where the entire society was celebrating the season at the same time. You might think of it as like our modern day kind of a Christmas season. We all, as in the Western world, have a kind of common cultural understanding of Christmas. Even if you're not Christian, it's like you just know what it's about. And I think that these Sabbats were like that for the pagans of their day. And so because we're in a sense reconstructing the ancient tradition, we don't have the common culture understanding. I think that makes it a little harder, What do you think, Lady Angela?
I agree. I very much agree. And along the lines of, did we start practicing the Sabbats at first? My first year or so, it was all about get a hold of any book I could and just study and absorb, and then I meditate on what I had learned. And I took a meditation process where I considered, I had the aha moment. I knew this was speaking to me, but I wasn't quite sure if I was ready yet to completely let go of the Christian way, And so for the whole first year, it was a lot of studying and meditating and dream work. And then, yes, the door opened, and Spirit said it was okay. Well, I had a vision, I had a dream, and it was Jesus, and he was letting me know that it was okay, that this was something that would broaden my spirituality and bring me closer to the Father or to the powers that be or the all. And so, yeah, then I started practicing more and more. And at first you take baby steps, for the Sabbats, and then you just get in the groove.
Yeah. And, it's interesting. One of the things that I would say also, that I think has been very helpful to me in my journey is to have I've got a framed picture. Well, actually, I don't have it's in the other room, but I have a framed picture of the Wheel of the Year. And I bought that over at Lady Angela's website. I always wanted one. And you still carry that, don't you, Lady Angela? The Wheel of the Year?
Yeah, I sure do, at rarewiccaspells.com.
Yeah, because, that is a wonderful way to, get, like, it just gets you in the cycle of the year. You see it every day on the wall. And like today I was looking, I was like, oh, we're at Imbolc. Oh my gosh. Like we're turning into the new wheel. And, now I actually think might be a good time while people are still printing the rituals and gathering to kind of give a little, maybe a mythical overview of what this Imbolc is about. What do you think? Is that okay if I talk about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and I want you guys to jump in, please, as you want to add to the story as well. Okay. So feel free to jump in here. But basically, at this time of the year, for those of you who are new to this, Imbolc is kind of like when the Lord, okay, the Lord, just to give you some background, our God, the Horned Lord, the Sun God, is born at Yule. So back in December, on December 21st, our Lord entered back into the earth after a time of rest in the Summerland. And he was a baby. And now at Imbolc, he's just starting into being an adolescent. And this is indicative of the coming life that will emerge in the coming Sabbats. So right now, a lot of us, at least in North America and probably Europe, now if you're in Australia, it's going to be different, but bear with us. But in the Northern European tradition, right now it's still pretty bleak out. And people are looking outside. What are you talking about? Spring's coming? We still got snow. At least where I live, it's like bitter cold now. It's hard to believe that. But see, what it was is that the ancients knew. They knew that under that soil, little life was starting, little sprouts, maybe just the tiniest little sprout was coming up. And so they saw at this time hope, like, wow, we might just make it through the winter, And wasn't it, now correct me, Lady Angela or Lady Carol, also, isn't this the time when like a lot of animals in the rural societies would start to have their calves and start to drink milk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the animals that, became pregnant during the winter months or, right before winter hit, are now dropping all their babies. One thing that people forget, because we're so modernized, you know, we don't live on farms where we live the life every day, is there's certain seasons. And right now, everything is coming back. You know, babies are being born at this time. Women are getting actually pregnant at this time. And, you know, everybody's hope for the future is developing. So, you know, that's also part of Imbolc. It's celebrating the future. You know, your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions.
I think that's wonderful. Absolutely. What do you think, Lady Angela?
I agree, you know, absolutely. And it's also a time of honoring the virgin goddess. It's a time to celebrate the maiden, to celebrate the at this time of year, light, you know, the time of day that's light and daytime is getting longer. So it's a celebration of the light. Like Lord Bob said, the growth of the sun god, and also a celebration for the middle of winter.
Yeah, and you know, this is what I want to remind you, because I meet a lot of people in my work as a psychic who are coming to me at this time of year, and they say, Psychic Bob, I'm so depressed. And I say, every year at this time I'm depressed. The skies are gray and it seems like winter will never end. And you know, if a lot of the people right now have what's called SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So that's a real medical issue that a lot of people have. And if you are one of those people, it's a great time to really also get medical help to help you balance that out. One of the things that a lot of doctors are prescribing are bright light. Like in my house, I have studio lights that I use for filming, which I'm under now. This is very similar to a seasonal affective disorder. Like, it brightens up everything and it will enhance your mood. And, you know, Imbolc, especially if you're somebody who has this, Imbolc's a great time to really stop and think about the Sabbath, because the ancients knew that once they saw Imbolc, they're probably going to make it through the winter, because it would just be a few weeks until the winter would really start to break. And so we've made it to Imbolc. And so I want to give all of you a little hope. You think, you know what, we're not going to get through this winter. We've about made it. We made it to Imbolc. We're going to make it the rest of the way. Don't you think so, Lady Angela?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited. So for everybody that's wondering what to gather, for this ritual, you'll need a cup or a chalice or some kind of dish with a little bit of water in it. Some people were asking if we're going to put salt in the water. You can, absolutely. It's your ritual too. In the ritual we perform, we don't. But a cup with some water, a white or a red candle. It could be a pillar candle. It could be a taper candle. It could be a jar candle. It could even be a votive candle, or even a birthday candle if that's all you have. So a white or a red candle, a small bit of paper, and a pen. And that's all you need.
Yeah, so, you know, while we're talking here, make sure to see if you can get this, because this ritual, for those of you who weren't here last year or just new to the OPC, this is something that we're all doing together. You know, our order, for those of you who are new here, we have a spiritual order, a religious order called the Order of the Purple Cord. That's why all of us wear purple cords. The purple cord binds us together. It's a symbol of our order. And so when we have the Sabbaths, this is how we gather now. We're doing a live ritual together to build power for the order and for ourselves individually and for the whole world, really. So it's a really special time, and we get really excited about doing this every Sabbath, you know. We had a wonderful Yule ritual, didn't we, guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we did. That was fun.
That
Our
was
salad ritual was good.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And so, you know, if you like tonight, you got to learn the Wheel of the Year. And, you know, as I said, pop over to rarewiccaspells.com and pick up a calendar, a year. What's it called? The Wheel of the Year. Isn't that what's called, Lady Angela?
Yep, Wheel of the Year, or you could just type in Sabbat, which is SABBAT. That'll pop it up, or just do a search Wheel of the Year. You'll see it there. And for being a subscriber of Spirit Channel, you can always use coupon code Spirit Channel, all one word. I'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email. You could either send it through the contact page, or you can email me directly at angela@rarewiccaspells.com, and we'll get you sorted out and set up. And I hope to see you there.
Yay! Well, you know, we're going to do our ritual here in just a few minutes, and we just want to give people a few minutes to still get everything ready. And you know, one of the things that, you know, also in Imbolc, it's traditional. The colors of Imbolc are traditionally red and white, and it's like a lot of that ties into Bridget, because she's from the Celtic pantheon, is a sun goddess, or believed to have a connection to the sun or to fire. And so that's why, like, I wear red today, because it's also part of the traditional Sabbath colors. So, you know, like tonight's ritual, you can use a white candle or a red candle. I actually have a white candle, but I have it in a red holder. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, you know. But yeah, the supplies tonight are very simple. In fact, I purposely make all of our rituals have very minimal supplies, because I don't want people to say, oh, I don't have the money to have all that fancy stuff. Now, everything that we do in OPC, you can do with minimal stuff. And I purposely make it that way. And so, yeah, you know, but, you know, Lady Carol, I was thinking of you today, because I was thinking about the sacred staff. In fact, I had to show this to you. Tonight, to celebrate, I brought my stang with me here.
Nice.
And I recently got this out of the woods, and it's in its pure natural form. But this is my stang. And for those of you who haven't seen a stang is a traditional Wiccan staff that a lot of Wiccans carry. And it's literally shaped like a Y. And it represents the horned lord. And if we were like at an outdoor ritual, we could take the staff and put it in the ground, and then we would drape like evergreens on it, or flowers, or whatever represented the Sabbath. And it would be a symbol of the presence of the god. And Lady Carol, did you want to add anything about that? You're a keeper of the sacred staff, aren't you?
Yes. I don't know if you can see the goddess behind me, but she's currently holding the sacred staff. It's kind of hard to bring her forward, but what the staff does, it joins us together spiritually. And on a day like today, it brings everyone together as one, not individual, because many people practice by themselves. And we know that, you know, that becomes a lonely feeling. So the sacred staff is a representation of our union together. Like trees, their roots join together. And that's what we're doing here. We're joining together.
Oh, that's beautifully said. That's lovely. And you know, Lady Angela is our keeper of the sacred flame. And so that's going to be part of our ritual tonight, isn't it, Lady Angela?
It is. I actually have it in there on my altar. I could run and grab it, though.
Yeah, if you want to show it to us, I think it's nice to see.
I'll go run and grab it real
While
quick.
you're
Sure.
doing it, I'm going to talk about the chalice, okay?
And
Okay.
I'm going to ask the goddess if I can borrow the staff.
Okay, thank you. So I'm in the order. Each of the officers, we have a special treasure that we guard on behalf of the order. And so I'm the guardian of the sacred chalice. And so that's also part of our ritual tonight. And so I have my silver chalice here with the water in it. And the chalice is, for me, a sign of the Great Mother. It's a goddess symbol. And, you know, from there's in the, what is it called? Drawing Down the Moon, they talk about the cup of Caradwyn, you know, which is the ancient mother's chalice. And so, you know, if you don't have it tonight, you don't have to worry about it. Just use a paper cup. But down the road, you know, if you're thinking about building altar tools, you might want to get yourself a special chalice. And every day I use the chalice, I do honoring libations. I pour out blessings into the Earth Mother on behalf of the members of the order, and for our blessing and the support of the goddess. So each of us have sacred tools that we're bringing to the ritual tonight to share with you. Now, Lady Angela looks like she's back. Did you bring the sacred flame, Lady Angela?
Yep. Yep. I have a lantern that I've consecrated and dedicated to the Order of the Purple Cord. And daily I perform a sacred flame prayer. And I light the candle inside. And the prayer is for healing and help to all of the members of the Order of the Purple Cord in whatever way that they're needing it. And I perform that each day. And I let it burn for a couple hours, and then I'll put it out. Or sometimes I do it for a specific person. You know, it's very multi-use in that way, but it is I'm keeper of the sacred flame in that way.
I love that. And Lady Kara, I think the goddesses let you hold the sacred staff.
Yes, I asked her if I may use it for this. For those of you who have not seen the sacred staff, I'll give you a small preview. It is quite long. It's almost 6 foot. The sacred staff has representations of nature within it, butterfly, and then a large quartz crystal on top. It represents
glows.
And within it, there are totems that represent many things within the craft. And on this one in particular, I have a sword. I have a very tiny, I don't know if you can see it. It's a very tiny cauldron. Let me see if I can bring that in. Very tiny cauldron. There's also a book on it. And there is a totem animal on it. There are fairies on it. And what I have done is try to incorporate all of these items within the sacred staff. I also have a amethyst. It is normally used as a pendulum, but I'm also a member of the Order of Melchizedek. Many people don't know about that. Bob actually has videos explaining the order and teaching. And this represents that as well, which also unifies us together as one within the universe. So this actually represents the universe, the heavens, as you would say. The sacred staff
below.
The sacred staff was designed with the thought of how could we bring everyone together within nature. And this represents that. This represents the union. When you walk on the ground with no shoes, you become unified with nature. When you touch a tree, when you feed a bird, any act that you do towards nature unifies you with it. And that is what the sacred staff represents, that unification. Anytime we do any kind act, save an animal, or even think of saving an animal, it brings us together.
It's beautiful. Everybody in the chat's going wild over it. Also, it looks like everybody has their supplies gathered.
Yay. Well, speaking of chat, I'm having trouble getting my chat up here. Who all we got here tonight, Lady Angela?
Oh, we got quite a few names here. We even have Felinda's joining us from Japan. Shout out to Felinda. We got Gav. We got Angela here. Moon Faye. Amy Johnson's here. Armani's here. Lady Witch is here. Mela, Son of Sothis. Mr. Blue. Lotus is here. Fairy Magic's here. G-Dog's here. Crystal Rain's here. Boy, we got a lot of Order of the Purple Cord members here tonight, and some new names too. That is so exciting.
Oh, I am loving that. And I want to just say thank you for coming out. Welcome to all of you, because you know, you being here makes this really special. And we are thrilled that you've taken the time to join us. And as I said earlier, our rituals are for everybody. Okay, so hold on, I've just lost my screen here. Hold on with me, guys. You know, Psychic Bob and technology. That's old drama in itself. But as I was saying is, you know, when we get to gather for our Sabbats, and now that we've gone through a whole year of the turning of the wheel, now we're actually, this year I think it's going to even be better because we got a feel for our ritual. So we're just glad you're here. So, do you think we should call the quarters and cast the circle, Lady Angela?
I think so.
All right. Well, give me just a minute here because I'm still getting everything set up. But, nope, hold on. I just lost one of my documents. Lady Angela, why don't you finish talking a little bit more about the work of the order while I'm getting this here?
Well, sure. The Order of the Purple Cord, we're a worldwide group. It's a part of, we all do our own thing. We're all solitary practitioners. We all are singular witches, but it's a way to be a part of something that's so much bigger than ourselves. You know, having a group of like-minded people that we're on YouTube, we come together on Facebook, or just through messages, and it's more like a family base. It becomes of others that have a like mind, you know, and it's really positive. We share things. There's no specific rules other than to follow the Wiccan Read, which is, if it harms none, do what you will. We don't practice black magic. We don't put up with that. It's all light, love, camaraderie, positive enforcement, and encouragement. We share pictures of like our altars or things we're working on. We ask questions. We just share of life events. It's just a really great group to be a part of. And we'd love to have some more members. Like I said, we are worldwide. It's totally free to join. To become a member, there's a couple ways. You could go on Facebook and look up Order of the Purple Cord, message us through there, or you can message Bob or myself directly. You could get Bob at readings@robert-hickman.com, or message me. I have set up an email just for Purple Cord requests, which is OPC, like Order the Purple Cord, at rarewiccaspells.com.
That's right. So, you know, if you want to join the order, we'd love to have you there. Pop over to my website. You can read about our order at www.psychicbob.com. And I have a little video there about the order. And I think you guys will, you know, if you're new to this and want to join, I think you found a good group, and we'd love to have you with us, you know. As Lady Angela said, we don't do black magic, so no evil mojo. But, you know, we don't really have too many people want to go that route anyways. We do teach from a Wiccan perspective. So if you don't like Wiccan views, this may not be for you, but because we are staying true to the Wiccan tradition.
Right.
But that's really kind of all of our limitations. We encourage people to think for themselves. We're not a cult. We don't control your life. You know, we give you support to the degree that you want it. You know, you can be part of our rituals or not. We're working on also just on a side note, a manual. Hopefully in the coming months, we're going to have out an official guidebook for the OPC that will have rituals in it, daily meditations, you know, information about the order, talk about the mystery of the cord, our sacred symbols, our secret symbols, all of that. So definitely, you know, we'll have more for you guys. But I'm just
Call Me Allie asks a great question that's really good right now. They ask, can we do the ritual later tonight if at the moment we can't? Will it still have the same energy without it being live?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. This show, even though it's live now, will be in a taped format after the broadcast. So at any point, if you're like, something happens tonight, you don't have the supplies, definitely go back later and do it, because the energy is still going to be available. I like to say that the Sabbats are not just one day, they're a season. So what's our next Sabbat? It's Ostara? Yeah, I think it's Ostara.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so that's coming on March 21st, I believe. So from now up till March 21st, we are actually in Imbolc season. This ritual is valid and can be used anytime, you know, from now till 21st. So yeah, good question.
I don't think we've performed an Ostara ritual before either, so that'll be fun.
You know what? Maybe that's the one we missed last year. That may have been it.
Yep, I'm looking here in my... Yep, we did Imbolc, we did Beltane, we did Maybon, we did Samhain.
Yep.
And we did Yule. So that's exciting. We got some new ritual that we're going to perform for All Star. That's going to be cool.
All right. Well, be back here. We'll announce the date. We may not do it exactly on a star because we usually do our rituals. We try to do it on the Sunday before, the Sunday after. Now, yesterday was the 2nd, which was technically Imbolc. But as I said, we're still in Imbolc period. So this is Imbolc today, too, as far as I'm concerned. Right. So I don't know. Are we ready to do our ritual, guys?
I'm ready.
I am.
All right. Well, what I want us to do is we're going to cast an etheric circle. See, you know, whenever Wiccans gather, we create a magic circle. And if we were all in the same room, we would stand in a circle and build the power. But just because we're not in the same room doesn't mean we can't still build the power and build the circle. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
I should say ladies. Forgive me. I don't mean to say God. That's just an old term. I'm from the 70s. We called everybody guys.
One thing I want to add that people get confused with, when we talk about building power, we're building energy. It's an energy that flows into the universe, and it stays there. So you can pull from it whenever you need it.
Very good point. Yes, Lady Carol, that's a very good one. Thank you for clarifying that, because that's the mystery of Wicca. What you create, you always still have access to. Thank you so much for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, shall we circle up?
Let's go.
Ready.
All right. Well, I want everybody to get comfortable. Get in your chair now. We're going to do a little meditation. But this is a very mystical meditation, and I think it'll really help all of us. And I want you just to get comfortable there. We're going to just close our eyes for a minute. And as we close our eyes, I want you just to follow your breathing, just gently in and out. And as you breathe out, I want you to let go all the crazy tensions of the day and enter into that place of silence and peace within. And in your mind's eye now, I want you to see a glowing ball of light floating in front of you. Visualize a beautiful ball about the size of a softball or a little larger, maybe a soccer ball, of light floating in the room right in front of you. And as you look into that ball of light, you'll notice that it seems to almost actually be a window now, a portal. And as you put your face closer to it, you realize that it's like a window into another dimension, another world. But you look at that window that, well, I may not be able to squeeze through that. So how about we just make that a little larger? Maybe we could take that ball of light and stretch it oblong, make it long, like a rectangular, like a doorway. It'd be a rounded, arched doorway. Let that ball of light expand into a circular doorway, like with an arched, rounded top. And let the bottom of that light reach down to the floor now, as if it would in an actual door. And as you see that doorway of light forming, you'll notice that as it forms, you can now start to see through the light, and you start to see it looks like some beautiful grass in a meadow. And so you walk closer now, stand up out of your chair in your spirit body. And I want you to walk towards that doorway. And as you walk towards that doorway, you can poke your head in. And you notice that through that doorway, it's a beautiful, soft, gentle summer night, wherever this doorway leads to. This is the doorway into the spiritual dimension. And I want you now to be brave and just take a step. And I want you to step through that doorway. And as you do, you're going to feel under your feet soft, cool green grass. And as you step through that doorway now, you notice that you're in the most beautiful place, an open field of green grass that's at the edge of a forest. And as you see this beautiful clearing of grass, you look up and see the beautiful night sky. It's a deep velvet blue. And right above you is the most giant silver glowing full moon that you've seen in a long time. It's bigger than a supermoon even. And it casts a silver glow across this field. The moonlight's so bright you can actually start to make out other people that you see across the field. And as you start to walk across this field, you notice that the people you see in the field are wearing beautiful long black robes. And they have beautiful purple cords tied around their waists. And as you look across the field, you start to see familiar faces. You said, look, I think that's Lady Carol over there. And you look to the left and, oh, look, there's Lady Angela. And as you look around, you hear even my voice and you say, oh, there's Lord Bob. And you know that we're all gathering here in this beautiful field. And you look around, there's some faces, maybe you don't know everybody, but you can see that they're of a like mind. They're people of the Wicca. They're your fellow brethren crafters. And isn't it nice to walk across this soft green field of green grass and feel that cool summer damp feeling? You know, when you walk on the grass in the summer barefoot, it's soft and cool. And the air is very gentle tonight. And you can hear some crickets over in the forest that's at the edge of the field. And you'll notice that in the middle of the field, there's a beautiful standing stone altar. And on the altar, you're going to see a beautiful silver chalice. You're going to see that beautiful lantern. You're going to see laying on the altar a beautiful staff. It's Lady Carol's sacred staff lying on the altar. And you realize that you've come into an amazing place of beauty and peace. And you hear Lady Angela calling to you, and she says, let's all gather in our circle now. And so you start to move closer to the people, and you start to form a circle. And I want you to look to the left now, and you'll notice there's somebody standing next to you in a beautiful black robe with a beautiful purple cord tied around the waist. And as you start to look to the right, you notice that you yourself are wearing the same black robe with a beautiful purple cord tied around your waist. You're in the clothing of the Order of the Purple Cord. This is your sacred outfit for tonight. And you look to the right, you see another person dressed. And as you look around the circle that's now forming, you're going to see how beautiful everybody looks gathering in this circle. And Lady Carol steps forth with the beautiful staff, the sacred staff in her hand. And she raises the staff now and she says, let us begin the flow of power. And she takes her staff and walks around the circle. And she points to each of the cardinal directions. And she says, east. And walking around the circle, pointing the staff, west. Continuing to walk south. Continuing to walk north. Back to the altar she goes with her staff. She says, we call now the sacred circle forth. And Lady Angela replies, we have created a place out of time and time out of space. Let us be at peace with ourselves and with our deities. And I step forward and I say, great guardians, watchtowers of the quarters, we welcome you to join our circle. Give us your blessing. And Lady Angela responds, we call now the great goddess and the great God. Come and join us. And so we invite each of us, take a moment. I want each of you to invite your deities, those you work with. Or if you don't have deities, just say, may the Lord and the Lady be present. And let us, as a group in our circle, set the intent that we want divinity to be present with us now. And let us offer our thanks and welcome and praise to the deities who are joining us this night. And as we stand in our circle, you're going to hear a gentle humming sound. And you're going to notice that as we've risen power and called the quarters now, that a gentle blue light is flowing between us. And a circle of light is connecting us. And you feel it pass through your body from your right side to your left side. It's moving clockwise through the circle. And as you look around, you'll see the beam of light traveling. And we're all now ensconced in the beautiful blue circle of light. And as we watch that light form, we know that our circle is cast. And we thank the Lord and the Lady. And we know that wherever we are in the world, that we exist in our own homes, and yet we are still here in our sacred circle. And look to the sky, and above us you see the moon. And take a moment and commune with the Moon Mother and thank her for allowing us to gather on this sacred night. So now I'm going to be silent just while we commune with the Moon Mother just for a moment. Very good. Now I want you to come back and look at the circle again and know that our bond is strong. You, wherever you are, not only in your home, but on the spiritual plane, you are here in the circle as well. Take a moment and feel the power, hear the humming, and know that we are safe and blessed and protected in our holy and magical circle. And when you're ready, I want you to shift your consciousness back to your physical self and know that you are still also in the circle. For the spirit is unlimited and can be in two places at once. And now slowly come back to your physical self. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you will be fully present here. And we will let our ritual begin. Is everybody?
That was awesome.
Isn't that wonderful? So I want you guys, if you've got your ritual now, to take it up and we're going to begin. So I want you all to take some time now to think about what you would like to bring into your life in 2019. You could envision a new car, a new home, a new job, a new beginning in some way. So just take a moment and visualize that. Think about what you really need and want this year. When you get an idea of that, I want you then to pick up your pen and I want you to write on your paper that which you desire. All right, so I'm going to write that on my paper.
You could write anything you desire. I wrote happiness in all things.
All right. Okay. Has everybody done that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, what I want you to do is pick up your cup of water. This is your chalice. And taking your hand, your power hand, which is your projective hand, that's the hand that you write with. I want you to dip your hand into the water now. And then sprinkle that water on the paper that you've written on. Okay? Now you don't have to drench the paper, just a light sprinkling of water. And as you sprinkle the water on the paper, say the following 3 times. Now I'm going to say it once, and then we'll repeat it the next 2 times. Let this water cleanse away the blocks that keep me from obtaining what is on this paper, with harm to none and goodwill to all. All right, so let's all recite this together. As we sprinkle water, take your chalice, again, get some water. Let this water
cleanse away blocks
that keep me from
what is on the paper.
With harm to none and goodwill to all. All right, let's do that one more time. Get some more water.
Okay.
Let this water
cleanse away the blocks
that keep me from obtaining what is on the paper. With harm to none,
goodwill to all.
Goodwill to all.
And goodwill to all.
Goodwill to all.
Now, picking up your chalice, all right, I want you to lightly sprinkle yourself with the water. Okay, so I'm sprinkling myself with the water, and you sprinkle yourself with the water. And as you're sprinkling yourself with the water, let's now say the following 3 times. I'll say it first, and then the next 2 times we'll say it together. Let this water purify my heart to let go of past limitations and be open to new beginnings with harm to none and goodwill to all. All right, now let's all do this 2 more times together. All right, let this
water purify
my
heart
to let go
of past limitations
and to be
open to new beginnings
with harm to none and goodwill to all. And let's do that together one more time. Let this water
purify my heart
to let go past
limitations
and be open to new
beginnings
with harm to none and goodwill to all. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
High Priestess, will you continue?
Now everyone pick up your candle and again visualize yourself achieving the goal that you wrote on the paper. So close your eyes and visualize yourself living whatever it is you wrote on your paper. I wrote happiness in all things, so I'm visualizing myself smiling and going through each day just happy and bright, and you visualize yourself already realizing this already coming true. And once you have a strong visualization of yourself achieving the goal, hold the thought for a moment. So let's all hold that thought in our mind for just a moment. And now we'll say 3 times. Candle of white, purity and light, to my spell set flight this night.
Candle of white,
purity and
light,
to my spell set flight this night.
Candle of white,
purity
of light,
and light,
to my spell
set flight this
night.
And once you've said that, shout out loud, so mote it be.
So mote it be.
Continue, Lady Angela. Oh, I lost your sound. Are you with us, Lady Angela?
I think she froze.
Okay. Let's see if she'll come back here. Lady Angela? Oh, we lost her connection. You know, whenever we do magic, it fries out the system.
Well, that's all technical difficulties. Are you
there? You go. You there,
all
Lady
right.
Angela?
So now the last part.
Yeah, let's do. You want to do the last part for us, Lady Angela?
Sure. Now, everyone, light the candle. And when you do, see the streaming forth of magic. See it radiating and streaming forth from the flame, traveling out and up and beyond to the universe, where it will begin to work its magic. Now, you can let the candle burn as long as you like, but do not leave it unattended. Mine, I'm going to put it inside my sacred lantern here and let it burn for a few hours. You could put the candle, you could put it out when you feel done and you know that, and know that you can repeat the spell again and again the next night and light it again if you desire, or extinguish it and know that your magic is working to come to fruition.
And Lady Carol, do you want to wrap us up with a so mote it be?
Definitely. So mote it be.
Yay, so mote it be. Lady Angela, you still with us?
I'm with you.
Your screen's frozen for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. It never fails. Something.
Well, at least we can see you. You look great with the lantern in your hand.
Well, thank you.
And guys, you know,
get one of us every time we come on.
I'm telling you.
Right?
But see, that's a sign that we're raising power. You know, whenever you're trying to mix magic and electronics, something's going to go awry now, isn't it? So this is a sign of how much power we're raising tonight. Lady Angela's fried out her camera. That's the type of priestess I want on my side. There you are. You're back.
We have a huge crowd that joined us tonight for this ritual live, and I'm sure afterwards many will rewatch it and perform it. But I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, especially it's Super Bowl Sunday, and so you all took a big hunk out of your evening to join us in this ritual. And you hear, we could feel the energy and the vibration. And this show, just like this ritual, is just as much a part of you and all about you as it is us. So we want to thank you all for taking time out of your night and joining us. There's a lot of people that were performing that with us, Lord Bob and Lady Carol.
Yeah,
I'm just now being able to see
every one of them.
I want to thank all of you.
Yeah, we're all a family here, and this is our gathering. This is our unification time. And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, I'm gonna miss the game." Is the game that important? In all honesty,
Well, for some, it sure is.
Yeah, but you got to look at it in another way. On a spiritual perspective, what are you going to get out of the game?
Right.
On this one?
Absolutely. Now, some people might be wondering what to do with your paper now. Mine, I'm going to poke it down inside of one of my house plants down in the soil for it to disintegrate and come to fruition. You could also bury it in your yard if you can see the ground and it's not covered in snow, but you can actually bury it in your yard. You could, what are you two, Lord Bob and Lady Carol, going to do with your wish?
Yeah, I'm actually going to bury mine in a plant, a house plant here.
What I'm going to do with mine, because mine is more intense, mine has to do with several issues. And what I'm going to do with mine is take a couple of bay leaves, put them with mine, keep them on the altar. I'm also going to add a little bit of basil. Kind of hard to see the jar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pray for manifestation. When it occurs and everything that I put on here happens, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in a river and let it float down that river to carry this wish even further. This wish basically has to do with health issues and financial issues. So I want that to grow as much as possible. I want all the positive that I can get out of it.
Absolutely. Some people have asked, can you burn it? Absolutely. Just be careful. I love burning petitions and wishes because it transfers it from being a physical piece of paper, or maybe it's on a bay leaf or whatever you've written it on, depending on the ritual you perform. When you burn it, it transfers it immediately from the physical world into the spiritual world. So absolutely burn it. Mine's pretty damp, so I'm going to poke it down into a plant. And also, when you want results to happen super fast, which of course we always do, but some big petitions or questions or wishes we make to the universe can't just come true super quick. They take time, to grow. And kind of like if you have soup on the stove in a pot, and you put it on there, sure, all the pieces are there for it to happen. It's not going to truly be good until it sits there for a while and stews and grows and all of it just blends, and then it manifests into something wonderful. That's how the spirit world and magic works too. So some things you'll want to bury, because I believe when you bury things into the earth element, it's going to transform, it's gonna disintegrate in the ground, it's going to become part of a plant and nourishment, and as that plant grows, it's going to transfer into something else, and it grows into something beautiful and blossoms in your life in a very powerful way that's very, very stable and long lasting.
Yes, and in fact, that's part of the reason why I didn't make this ritual to be a burning one. We do have other ones that are going to be burning ones, but I thought of this one. The reason why we do the sprinkling of the water is because part of Imbolc is also a time of purification. And so it's kind of like the beginning of the ice melting, the snow melting, the icicles melting, little droplets of water that are bringing purification and power to give life. Not that you can't burn it. So you're right, Lady Angela or Lady Carol, you can burn it. But I purposely thought that the water imagery is better for this ritual.
Right.
But as you each their own. This is not
Right.
written in holy stone, okay? So you can alter it as you will, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The bay leaves that I added to mine will probably be burned. However, I still am going to take the paper part and put it in the river, because I want to join all the elements that I possibly can for this to manifest. Now, for my little altar tonight, and I do mean little, what I have is a tiny tray with a tiny goblet, my candle, a tiny incense burner, and of course, just to give you an idea of how big some of these things are.
It's very nice.
that's beautiful.
And of course, my little tiny chalice.
Oh, it's cute as all.
I love it.
You don't have to have big, gawky things all the time. You can make something tiny. And this will actually sit on a table. It's a little brass tray. Just something I found at a flea market.
It's wonderful.
That's beautiful.
Holy moly, I just glanced at the time. Gee whiz.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, you see how the time flies? I'm telling you, this is
Tony's around somewhere. I know it. He's
Tony's
about
around
us.
with his titanium rods, isn't he?
He's thinking about us. That's what it is.
Yep.
I think so. Well, we missed Lord Tony tonight, but
Yeah.
we know he'll be with us again soon. And so, you know, we all send some blessings of healing to him tonight as well. And, you know, I tell you guys, this is the thing, you know, for those of you, especially who are new here, you'll see that every week our ritual goes so quickly. And it's like before you know it, you know, the time has gone. But I want to take the time to tell each of you thank you for being here tonight. I've had such a good time with all of you. And I hope that wherever you are, that, you know, you're having a blessed Imbolc. And so, you know, I just want to say thank you. And, you know, a lot of you have been calling me also for private readings. And I want to say thank you to that. For those of you who are new here, I am actually a full-time professional psychic medium. And I still have a few openings this week for readings. If you want to call, give me a call at my office, 703-825-3929. That's my office number. The link will be below. Or you can write to me, readings@robert-hickman.com. That will also be below. Get on my schedule. You know, Imbolc is a time of great power and change. And maybe you need some help with some changes in your life. And that's where I may be able to help you. As a psychic and a medium, I'm able to connect you to your spirit guides and see what's coming for you and help you on your journey. And I'd love the chance to do that. You know, my private readings, it's you on me one-on-one for a full hour. And we can do that by telephone or Skype. And we cover everything. A lot of you have sat with me, you know, we cover past, present, future, spirit guides, all of that. And, you know, allow you to answer your questions, find out about your life themes. We do a lot of stuff, past lives, all of that. So give me a call and get on my schedule this week. I'd love to connect with you. And, you know, if you're trying to work on your spiritual life, Lady Angela can help you too with that, because she's got a great store. Oh my God, Rare Wicca Spells. I shop there all the time. Lady Angela, why don't you tell us about your store?
Sure. At rarewiccaspells.com, I have all sorts of cool witchy things. I have jewelry, I have crystals, I have herbs, I have magic tools, I have daggers, athames, I have some swords over there, I have chalices, I have singing bowls, I have quite a bit. And also there's the spells and rituals there, and also books. I have plenty of how-to books on lots of subjects, from divination to dream interpretation, loads of them, plus the custom books that I would love to make for you, which are full Book of Shadows, leather bound, and they're custom. They're made just for you. So please visit my shop at rarewiccaspells.com. For coupon code Spirit Channel to save 10% on any order. And if you have any questions, feel free to use my contact me page, or also send me a message at angela@rarewiccaspells.com. I'd love to hear from you. And also thank you for the orders that have been coming in. And Carol has some items listed now too, which is cool. We're going to have to get a link there, but I believe her email's down below. So she's got beautiful wands. Take a peek at her handmade wands. They're amazing. Here's her email she's about to show you all. You'll have to talk.
Go ahead, Lady Carol. You got to speak.
Okay. For my shop, you can find me at ladycarol.wandsandmore@gmail.com. I don't know if you can see this. It looks backwards to me, but
it's showing up correctly.
Okay. And just to give you an idea, this is the wand that I currently have for sale. It has a glass bead on top. It also has turquoise inlay within it. And it is painted with a gold and black paint.
Beautiful.
It is, what did I say, was 17 inches, I believe, in length, which is pretty long. For those of you who don't know what 17 inches is, I'm almost 6 foot tall, guys. 17 inches for me, don't worry, I won't drop it. 17 inches for me is from my elbow to the tip of my finger. Okay? This is a pretty long wand. Most of the wands that they sell are 12 inches. This is 17 inches.
Absolutely.
And for the time that I put in creating these wands, people don't realize this is an extensive amount of work.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
These wands. It's not like the commercial wands where you can go and get them mass produced. None of my wands will ever be the same. Every wand that I create is handmade by me, designed by me. You will never find an identical wand like mine unless somebody steals my work.
And you know,
it's made by your hand, so it's one of a kind.
It's made by my hand.
I got to interrupt you. And you know, if you see one of Lady Carol's wands and you like it, buy it, because like she said, they're one of a kind. You won't get it anywhere else. So don't waste your time. Get it as soon as you see it and you like it.
Lord Bob, in the chat, they're reminding us we forgot to close our circle. Can we do a real quick circle close?
We were so excited about that release of power.
Well, we're still feeding on the energy, guys. Come on. You don't want to go. You're always saying you want to stay, so.
Well, Lady Carol, now you have, so people should contact you at your email for that wand or any of the wands?
You can also contact me at the same email that's here at gmail.com. Now, I have this on eBay right now in my shop. And just to give you guys a little heads up, this is another wand that I'm going to be putting up. And it's called the Keys. The first one I showed you is called the Aztec. It has an Aztec design in it. That's the one with the turquoise. The second one that will be coming up is called the Keys. I don't know if you can see this, but there are keys inlaid within it.
Beautiful.
Smoother wand. It's also darker. It has the bead on top. A lot of people wonder, what are these for? Well, for those of you who like to scry or who are trying to scry, you can use these for a little crystal ball to scry in. It's kind of a 2-in-1. It is also, well, it's slightly shorter than the first one by a couple of millimeters. But just to give you an idea of what these wands look like.
They're just as
together. One is lighter than the other one in color. Weight-wise, this one's a little, oh, there it goes. Hey, they don't break that easy. This one is slightly heavier. This is the one that actually fell on my hand. It's slightly heavier, but they are both balanced. Before I put anything up, I check them.
All right. Well, guys, listen, pop over to her email, connect with her. If they can't find you on eBay, you can send them a link, can't they, if they write you?
Yes, I have an email. You can contact me through ladycarol.wandsandmore, and I will respond to you. Just waiting for somebody to call me.
All right, guys, give her a call. Get those wands. They're beautiful. Good thing I'm not a next door neighbor, because I would have come and stolen one of those at least by now.
Yeah, the last ones I made, Lady Angela kept all of them.
Right?
I know she got greedy on this, but that's all right. Who cannot be greedy with Lady Carol's work?
Well, guys, she loves my work, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for that. So definitely check us all out. We're here to help you on your journey. Well, guys, listen, it's past 9 o'clock, so we're going to wrap it up because I know a lot of people got to get them go to work tomorrow. But I'm going to give a big shout out and say thank you again to all of you joined us tonight. I want to give a shout out also. I see Gav is over in our chat. He's here all the way from London. And Gav, thank you for staying up so late. It's very kind of you to be here at this hour. And so I appreciate it.
Closing, and everybody have a wonderful night afterwards.
Yay. Well, Lady Angela, you want to say a quick good night?
Yeah, everybody, and we'll just do a real quick, simple circle close, just to thank all the energies for being here and to say merry meet and merry part until we merry meet again.
All right, so let's all just gather ourselves. Let's just take a moment and close our eyes again. And as we close our eyes, let's just follow our breathing, just gently in and out. And I want you to see again before you that doorway of light that's in your room. And now I want you to psychically walk through that doorway. And as you pass through the door, you find yourself suddenly back in our circle. And you look to your left and you'll see people standing in their beautiful robes. And you look to the right and you see people. And you see that beautiful glow of blue light. And now I'm going to step forward from the altar into the middle of the circle. And as I walk, I'm going to raise my sacred chalice and draw the water, or draw the light, which is blue like water, back into the chalice. So I start in the north and I say north, and I'm walking through the circle. South, walking the circle. West, walking the circle. East, the sacred circle is now released. For the guardians of the watchtowers, thank you for being here. Go if you must, but stay if you will. Hail and farewell. And to our gracious Lord and Lady, we say thank you for being in our circle. Go if you must, but please stay if you will. And so, Lady Angela, will you give us our closing benediction to close the circle?
Absolutely. Merry meet and merry part until we meet again. So mote it be.
And now I want you to so mote it be. Lady Carol, I want you to visualize her. Lady Carol, lead us back through the doorway. As we disperse from our circle now, Lady Carol will carry the staff to point the way to the door. And as we watch her walking past in her beautiful robes, we all file behind her and walk through the door of light. And as you pass through that door of light, you're going to find yourself suddenly back in your room, and you'll see yourself sitting in your chair at your computer, and walk towards your body now. And you'll just effortlessly blend back into your body. Just simple, just poof, you're back. And now you're in your physical body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you'll be fully present. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your blessings. And may all of you have a truly blessed and happy Imbolc. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. We always got more coming. We'll be back here tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, and we'll have horoscopes. So you guys be back here tomorrow. We'll see you then. Lady Carol, did you have something to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, go check out Bob's books. Go check out Lady Angela's website and check me out.
There, thank you so much. I always forget about my books. And Lady Carol, so good. Well, you know, it's got so much to do. You know, it's hard to remember everything.
Right.
But I want to thank
we cover each other. We're family.
That's
I love that. We all help each other. We're a family here. Well, guys, go in peace. We'll see you back here next week for another witching hour. Same time, same place. Be here 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 1 a.m. London time, 2 a.m. Paris time. And we'll see you next week for another witching hour. Until then, may you all always blessed be.